Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. It is February 1st, 2023. A little bit of an update. This is going to be probably a fairly quick video, hopefully faster than the ones that I've done recently. Some of those have gotten me a little bit long-winded. Um, what I'd like to do is show two things. Second part of the video will just be an update on the stabber that I've been slowly building. I've been able to greatly increase the DPS recently using some ideas that were brought forward to me a couple days ago in the comment section. And I am actually in space right now, doing some hunting of some rats and belts and trying some stuff out. The ship is available to now destroy battleships. So we'll do that here in a little bit. But one thing I wanted to show today is um, making save spots in systems that are more useful for certain specific things. So you've seen me in the past do just generic save spots whenever I'm just going through in an area just so I have a jump point. I've made some save spots for putting perches out where I can keep an eye on certain gates to see if there's anybody gate camping. I've done some spots where I'm watching at stations to see who's exiting or entering. Um, One thing that I think I touched on it maybe a couple months ago, but it's something that I'm going to need to start doing a little bit more of here, and is now that I'm going to be able to shoot things that are bigger, they're going to be dropping loot that have a lot larger volume for me to pick up. Now, the volume space that I can haul is not that great. Yesterday, I was able to kill 2 battleships, and they dropped such large items that it actually filled up my cargo space in my stabber. The stabber has 420 cubic feet of space. So one thing that you can do with that so basically I'd be flying out, shooting 2 things and having to fly all the way back home. One option, if you plan it out correctly, if you're living out here in the middle of nowhere, is to set up mobile depots. In, now, and then while you're shooting things, you can drop off your loot into those mobile depots and then come back later on with maybe a quick transport ship, cheap one or something like that, like a Dearest or something like that, and pick that junk up so you can take it back to home so you can spend more time out shooting things. You can also load up some ammo in there. The negative that's involved with it is you are putting out your own little space station that can be seen by others. And there are mechanics toward that where they can attack your mobile station, put it into reinforced mode, I think it is, and then the next day they can come back and try to blow that up to get the stuff that you've left in it. Um, and they are able to be seen either in your local on-grid space if they're within a certain amount of distance, or in your directional scanning area. What I've done here is I've set up a test box just to show you where this is I would give this maybe a B minus of a save spot. Sometimes you're limited to the systems that you're in um, to be able to create these save spots because number one, they have to be larger systems, and number two, to get the really good save spots, you have to have things separated out, like different celestials in different areas. If you notice here, they all kind of go in a line here, so you're going to be traveling back and forth. And whereas if these asteroid belts over here or orbiting over here, I could go in a direction that wasn't a normal direction. I think you'll understand when I bring it up. But I will point out this save spot right here, if that I've created. Notice here my directional scanning, it's at 14.3 AU. I'm at this moon right now, and it's the closest set of moons in the area. There is this orbiting spot right here, but it's all the way for these gates over here, so it doesn't do any good. Um, so we've got the save spot right there. Now, if I do a directional scan, you don't see it there. Okay. Now, what I did was I didn't drop a mobile depot. I just dropped a small item in a cargo space just to show you what someone would have to do if they were literally looking for this item. And the reason why I give this a B minus or a B is it's not directly seeable by people who are coming into system. Just to show you here, I'm going to hover over each one of these gates here. You notice and they'll highlight on the map here whenever I go over them. There's the gate to NTAC 6 is there. You've got the gate to WTIE is there. You've got another gate for IX8 there, and the last gate here is for 48 1C, which is up here. So you've got two gates here, a gate here, and a gate here. If somebody comes into this system and is just flying from one spot to another, as soon as they enter that system, they're not going to automatically see your mobile depot, no matter which gate they come through. So that's where I start with a C, okay? A grade of a C of a good spot that it's in. The upgrade of that is the fact that it's not near, where I say it's maybe a B, is it's not near any other celestials where it can be de-scanned down. Notice I'm right here and I can't scan it down. There's my bubble right there. If I warp over to here, I'm not going to be close enough. If you want to watch my bubble here, it'll show you the difference between the two. And this is the best part. And you're going to catch something possibly while I fly here, because I'm going to fly back and show you why this isn't an A or an A plus spot. You probably already figured it out by now. But notice right now, if somebody were at this celestial, they still could not see the save spot where this item is. But why this is not an A or an A minus is while you're flying from one spot to another, a really good pilot would be, who's searching for something, would be de-scanning this down. And they would basically come in and, actually I need to reload my ammo. There we go. I'll reload it all. So long story short, if I warp back to, let's just go ahead and go back to this spot here. We're going to warp to 100. As I'm flying, I'm going to do a D-scan. Notice it's not on my map right now. But as I move, as my ship moves, I'm going to go ahead and D-scan. I'm going to keep popping the D-scan here. V is your hotkey for D-scan. Notice there's the test box that I dropped. That is the save spot. If I drop the, and now once I get past it, I D-scan and it's gone. So someone flying from here to there would have to be, with using their D-scan, would have to be doing a D-scan the whole way through. The only other possibility, ooh, I got people in system here. I got to be a little bit more careful. We're going to warp to that save spot. I'm talking too much. So the one other way that they could find your mobile depot is if they were to come in and drop some combat probes and just randomly, oh, I'm flying to my other safe spot. Now that's funny. I really wasn't paying attention there. Is they could drop some combat probes and just randomly look for things. So, and they can find a mobile depot that way. But even then, if you are using that mobile depot a lot, you can get a good feel for whether or not somebody's attacked it or not. And if you set up a couple and keep an eye on them, you should be in pretty good shape. But this is a really good way. Just going to keep an eye out here. We're going to warp back to this safe spot here. Now, do you want to hang out a lot near these spots? No. Do you want to move them around? Yes, if you can. Do you want to put multiple out? What I would end up doing is find maybe 2 or 3 systems where I move that depot from one spot to another every time possibly that I picked up the items in the mobile depot, I might want to move that mobile depot to a different spot. But this is a great way to keep your stuff just a little bit safer. And you don't have to, boy, these guys aren't going anywhere. I was kind of hoping they were just flying through. Hope they're not trying to shoot me. So this is a great way, and there it is. There's my test box. To set up a mobile depot in a spot there. If I can do a better one in a better system down the road, I'll try to give you a better feel for it. You can definitely set up them in even harder reaches spots to see. Places that I like to do is, let's say these asteroids were over here. What I could do is triangulate. I could fly to here, then fly to here, and then drop a save spot here, and then fly to that save spot, fly to here, and drop another save spot right in the middle here, if you can get my gist of that. And that's where I might want to do just a little bit more of a another video down the road if I can find a good system to show you that. Down the road, you can also do that in wormholes, which I think is very useful. You could do it when you're setting up your Astra houses or any type of if you're trying to set up a station. I haven't done that since I came back 1.5 to 2 years, but I would probably end up doing that if I just wanted to create a quiet little spot in the middle of nowhere. Doesn't mean they can't combat probe you down. Doesn't mean that they can't randomly find you. Definitely, if you have one, don't make YouTube videos that show people where you're at. That's why I've just put a regular box out here. But that's what you can do. So while I've got these guys in system, I think I am going to fly to the next system over. So we're going to go ahead and jump through here. I'm pretty sure I don't have to worry too much about dying at this gate. Long story short, I am currently in 1L. I'm going to fly up to 1C. And hopefully these guys aren't messing around trying to shoot me. So I'm going to get out of here. I don't want to spend too much time here to get them used to seeing me. But if I do get to this system, I'll show you the little upgrades that I've done to the ship. Definitely a lot of room still to be improved, but I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time going through those improvements. I think I've done a decent number of them over the last week, and I think I'm ready to move on with the videos to something new. I've got 2 ideas. I do want to do a lore video. I'm thinking probably tomorrow or the next day. Do an upgraded one of those. So, but this will just be kind of like the last update for a little while on the ship. Let's just go ahead and get to my save spot, and I'll show you what I've done here. And this is directly from one of the comments that somebody sent a while ago. They said I was going with long range guns. They said maybe go with your shorter range rapid fire guns and then go with assault missiles. I've never ever used assault missiles. In all the time that I've ever played EVE, when I used to play a long time in the 1.5 that I've been back, I've never used assault missiles. I don't know a whole lot about them, but I put them on my ship because they get me more DPS. So to give you an idea, the update, let's just take a quick look. I had to spend some skill points to do this because I had to skill up in both better missile launcher and in the assault missiles. So I was able to throw on some carbine repeating cannons. Definitely could go with an upgrade on those. They're just a lower level 425 millimeter gun, but they are shorter range, but they do have, I think they fire faster, and I'll get more into those down the road when I do my final review in about a week or 2. I'm thinking I'll do one more review of the Stabber when I get it fully scavenged out, with the best scavenged parts I can find. But it is definitely very usable now. I am now able to kill battleships out here in the Great Wildlands, which allow me to do stuff. The other one here is I've got my upgraded Malkoth heavy assault missile launchers, 2 of them, and these have been fairly helpful. I am not very skilled up in either one of these. Just to show you here, the missiles themselves, Assault missiles. I'm heavy assault missiles. I've only got a skill level of 1, so I can definitely grow there. There's some other skills here that I can do to get bonused up. I've still got the Minmatar Cruiser level 4 to get to, which will help me get some more DPS up, and the medium projectile turret to go. So that's a 4-day train right there. So I'm going to kind of let those sit for a little while. But if you haven't seen on the screen yet, if you notice here, my DPS is greatly increased. If I'm not mistaken, I did take a screenshot here the other day. This was 131. Did I already put that one away? My original screenshots, so I think I've got it here. Stabber Day 2. I think this is my Stabber Day 1 here. I took just a snip of it. Yeah, I started off at 149 DPS. By doing these upgrades and throwing on the rigs, I haven't changed anything. Well, no, I did change this up, but this doesn't affect the DPS. My DPS has gone from 149 to 283, which is almost double. 149, 150, so it's about 17 off. So a huge increase in damage production. The range is going down a little bit, but I'm going to show you I am actually able to do at least the first part of the Angel Forsakens. I did this earlier. I was able to, there were 3 battle cruisers and 3 battleships. I was able to take out the battle cruisers, and I took out 1 battleship, and I want to save the other 2 just to show you. Now, it will take a little bit of time. There's definitely growth here. The faster you're able to shoot things and kill them, the better you can do it. But just to show you here, I've got a Seraphim here. If you remember the other day I was flying here, and go ahead and get my drones out. Where are you at there, buddy? I don't want him to be able to fire directly at me. Always don't go directly at them as you're approaching, especially with battleships. Want to get that transverse, so you go right at them, they get a full shot at it. They're missing me right now, so that's cool. So my drones are going. Now all I'm doing here is closing this range. These guns are a lot shorter. My long rangers were doing they could hit from 36 away. These could hit from 18 kilometers. And the assault missiles can hit from 9,000 meters. So I definitely want to keep it within 9,000. My optimal range for these is just over 1,500 for the guns themselves. So just to show you here, I've got this going. Drones are going. They're not breaking down the shields right now, but if I start these puppies up, we'll get going here. Now, one thing that I have been messing around with is not flying so quick. Can I take the damage? If you've seen the last couple episodes, can I slow down to get better hits? So I turn once I get in close, I start messing with the afterburners, and I can start kind of keeping an eye on my speed down here. I'm currently at 300 meters per second, but as I do that, my guns are getting a better chance of doing more solid hits. And I can even, and this is something I forgot about, is to actually use the controls down here. There might even be hotkeys for this, to set your speed. So if I just click right there, it will actually slow down my speed or increase it. This was something that I learned when I first started playing, I think in the tutorials, and you completely forget to use it. You can really set up how fast you want to go. And if you can figure out that perfect damage amount, that perfect range where you're able to tank while at the same time being able to deal more damage, this is something you can mess around with. But we're almost through his shields here. Now, the one thing I've got a problem with is I did not carry with me a bunch of the Nova heavy assault missiles. I only had scavenged about 100 of them, so I'm going to have to switch out to a lighter assault missile. That is definitely something that I can upgrade with. I was able to build some medium ammo, medium fusion ammo, so I was able to stock up on that a little bit, threw 4,000 of those into my cargo bay. But the big thing with these ships are they're going to drop some really, and I don't really go for how much they're worth, but how big the items are, because those larger items, the larger guns, the larger shields, the larger propulsion mods, melt down for more and more minerals. And then I can build bigger and bigger ships, and better ships maybe to try different things out. Go ahead and speed myself up here. Module has run out of charges, so we're going to switch over to the Molginars, just because they were what I had in my bay at the time. And I'm actually into his armor now. So just at this point, it's nothing but positives now, because I know now that I can destroy these battleships, and each one of them is worth... Show the info. This one's worth 1.2 million. With the bonus of the system, the modifier is 150.1%. So you're almost talking 2 million ISK per ship, plus the items that I'm going to be able to scavenge off them. And once I knock this guy out, I'll show you the difference. Might as well get another gun going here. Some of you guys are saying, wow, this is taking a long time, and you are 100% right. The biggest thing here is it's just getting over that edge. Before I was right up to the edge of being able to kill him, but I wasn't able to throw enough DPS. Now everything is a bonus. Every time I'm able to increase that, I know I can tank their damage. I know I can take my time. And at this point now it's just a matter of getting better and figuring out that perfect range. And then carrying this over to the future. Oh, I don't have my other missile going here. I'm talking too much. I won't do a whole lot, but that little bit more will be helpful. So I'm thinking probably a week from now, I'll probably do one last video on this just to show you where it's at. I'm kind of interested to see where those skills upgraded to maybe 3s and 4s with the missile damage and the gun damage and the Minmatar cruiser. How much more DPS I'm going to be able to do with that. I'm really just biding time right now trying to talk because I'm wanting to get... We're into the structure now. We're into the structure. I just want to show you as an example what you can pick up from these guys. Boy, he is tanking in like his shields with like a beast. Look at him, man. He is just throwing all of his stuff at the shields there. He's just like, no. Oh, of course. Right when I start getting through. Fine, fine, fine. Shoot you. Alright. Isn't it always right when you finally get through their tank, you run out of the ammo? So, when that happens, they are able to get their tank back up. That is the one really nice thing I liked about whenever I was out in Stain. Having the Amar ships, where they had the lasers and the crystals. They didn't ever have to be reloaded. That is a huge bonus. Look how much this guy's tanking this. Man, you are just a beast of a tank. Okay, we're at 13, 20, 18, 14, 12, 18. Just watching the shield. I don't know if you can see it with the resolution on YouTube. I am slowly getting my shields back, if you notice. The big thing is, once the shields get down to 0, we're almost there, then we'll just churn right through his structure, hopefully. Just had a really bad timing with that running out of ammo part. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this afterburner off. We can get some better hits in here. The worst thing that can happen is actually missing. I saw it happen once or twice. Yep, we're down to 291, and we are into structure. Oh, come on. It's a little bit more. What? Sometimes you just sit back and watch this and just be like, I love watching the numbers tick through. We got him at half structure. He's going to go. He's going to go. There it is. There it is. Come on. We're almost there. He's going. The only reason why I'm waiting on this one is I just want to show you what I can pick up here. And but he'll probably have a terrible loot drop. Here we go. We're almost there. Got him. Finally. Okay. So he didn't drop anything. He didn't drop anything. Okay, so I did kill another Seraphim here. I could have done this earlier. I didn't even think about that. Let's get my afterburner going. I'll show you. This was the exact same ship that I just destroyed, but it dropped some loot. I'm going to go ahead and pull my drones in here. We'll go check out this loot real quick, and then I'll go ahead and end the video. That is one thing that I haven't gotten 100% used to. I'm so used to flying. I don't know if you guys have ever realized this. If you blow up things in asteroid belts, NPCs, they are 100% loot drop. But if you blow up ships at anomalies, they are not. So just like there, I just got nothing out of that one. Let's see what he got. So this is what I was talking about earlier. This is a great loot drop for stuff that I might be able to melt down. I got a gun here. Now it's a prototype. It's a large siege cannon, so I might want to keep that. I might not. Rolled armor or any type of armor plating is really awesome for melting down to get your titanium. And then large shield booster there. So I can go ahead and loot that. I'm not even close enough. That's fantastic. Loot it all. But if you notice, this already takes up 67.5. I've already filled up 151. But that's basically it. So that's tonight's video. I hope it was helpful to you. Tomorrow I'll try to get a lore one out, I think, or the next day. And then maybe a week or so from now, I'll give one final update to the stabber. And then that'll be it for the stabber, unless I come up with a completely different. Maybe we'll do a PvP stabber at some point in time. But other than that, hey, fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however you want, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great one. Bye-bye.